Hi, welcome to Savoury Pea. Today on What's for Dinner, I've got sweet potato balls. They're like a falafel, but made with sweet potato. So the first step is we need to roast our sweet potatoes. So I'm just going to stab them. I've already washed them. So we don't remove the skins, we just stab them and make a few little holes. They're like air holes. And I've got my oven already preheated on 200 degrees. And we're going to bake these for about 40 minutes. This is a great one. You can prep your sweet potatoes the day before, so you can make this the next day. But I'll just show you step by step what we do. Found my can of chickpeas. I need to open that, drain it, and then we start mashing them up. Anyone else out there like me doesn't like opening tin cans? The ring pulls are so much easier. So we're going to mash up our sweet potatoes. Can't mash them yet, they're not cooked. So we're going to mash up these chickpeas. You can use a blender if you've got one, or a food processor, but I just want to make this easy so anyone can do it. So I'm just showing you how you can mash them up with your potato masher. And if you're stronger than me, you probably can mash it a lot quicker. I've got no strength in my arms at the moment. Actually, I lied. I'm going to reverse what I said, and I'm going to do it in the food processor because it's going to take too long. So scratch what I said before. I'm going to get my food processor. Now I've only got a little bar mix one. If you've got a big super duper one, use that. Okay, take two. Let's blend it in our blender. So I've got my little blender, and this doesn't hold very much, so I'll probably have to do this in a few goes. I think they're all mashed, so we're going to pop them in the bowl. And it doesn't really matter if you've got a few big bits. They all kind of, it'll mash together and taste fine. So now, while we're waiting for our sweet potatoes, we'll just add all of our spices and flavourings. So it's ready to go. So I like to add a little bit of garlic. Now I've run out of fresh garlic, but I often use this garlic granules or garlic powder because I find it's less potent and it's kinder to my stomach. It was a tip I got from the FODMAP app. So I used 2 teaspoons of that, very kind of loose 2 teaspoons. Just got my little recipe on the side here. We've got 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin and 1.5 teaspoons of ground coriander. I keep all my spices in these little boxes from IKEA, which are fabulous. So you can just like bring them in and out of your cupboard. Half of a lemon. Squeeze this lemon out. So that's the juice of half of a lemon. We'll pour that over. And we've got tahini, which is a sesame seed paste. We'll use 2 tablespoons of the tahini in this. Just a little bit of coriander, fresh coriander. I use a frozen one, so I'm just going to grab some out of the freezer. So my recipe says to use about 2 handfuls of fresh coriander chopped, or parsley, or a couple of tablespoons. Now I'm just going to be generous and use the rest of what's in this frozen one. I love frozen herbs because you never know, like you buy fresh herbs and they go off so quickly. Okay, so this is looking good, and all we need to do is just wait a few more minutes for our sweet potatoes, and then we'll do the next step. So I'm going to make a little bit of a dressing, which is completely optional. But we've got some apple cider vinegar here. So it's like a little tahini dressing. So I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to do a tablespoon of lemon juice. We're going to do 2 teaspoons, really heaped teaspoons, or you can do tablespoons, just depending on how much you like it, of tahini. Now you can leave this out if you're making it for children because they may not like it. And if you didn't have lemon juice, you could use orange juice. You can use a little bit of the zest, but I might add a little bit more lemon juice. So just another splash of the lemon juice. So that was a whole half in the end. And I love doing it in these jars because you can just put the dressing in there and shake it. I had so many of these recycled jars. And so that's all ready to go. I'm going to pop that in the fridge to keep it nice and chilled. Our sweet potatoes are cooked, but they're super hot. So I need to let them cool down for a little bit before we start scooping the flesh out. When you roast sweet potatoes, the skin just comes away from it, so they're super easy. See, it just peels off, but I'm just going to open them up to hurry them along so they can cool down a bit. But as I said before, it's a great one to just pre-bake your sweet potatoes so they're ready to go. Have them sitting in the fridge and then you can just scoop the flesh out and make the balls. So let that sit there for a few minutes, maybe about 10 to 15 minutes, cool down, and we'll do the following steps. So our sweet potatoes are nice and cool now. Well, they're still a little bit warm. So I've just diced them and they're just peeling away from this skin, and I'm doing it in another bowl. Yes, sorry, I'm doing another bowl. But I have a reason. You can either make them now, but it's good if you chill them for at least 30 minutes. So I'm going to chill them overnight, chill the mix overnight and make the balls tomorrow. So I kind of lied. I said I'm making it for dinner tonight, but I'm actually prepping it for dinner tomorrow. Look, if you're in a hurry and you do want to make it all in one go, you can. So that's our ball mix, covered with some plastic for 30 minutes, but I'm going to rest it overnight and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, we're back again with our sweet potato balls. It's the next day and I've just got my mix out of the fridge. So all I do is I grab a teaspoon and roll it in my hands. So I squish it together so it forms the ball. And I've got 1/4 cup of white sesame seeds. This is optional, but I just love the crunch that it makes on the sesame seed balls, on the sweet potato balls. And you can either flatten them so they're like a small disc, or you can have them kept in the round shape. And it roughly makes about 20 balls depending on the size you do. So we're just going to keep going and roll all these up. I think I've just about run out of my sesame seeds, so I need to grab some more out of my cupboard. My hands are all clean. Now I'm going to roast these in my hot oven. I've got it on 200 degrees again, and we're going to roast them or bake them for 20 minutes. I just put the timer on 10 minutes because I'm going to like shuffle them around and turn them over a little bit at the 10-minute mark. So my sweet potato balls are all cooked, and I've just set up a little platter here with some baby spinach, and I've got some feta cheese. Hope you've enjoyed my video today, and hit the thumbs up if you've liked it. Share this with a friend. Consider subscribing if you're new here today, and don't forget to hit the bell and then you get notified when I've got a new video. I'm doing one what's for dinner a week, and the other 2 videos I'm doing each week are sweet treats. Yeah, pop a comment below if you've tried this and you've given it a go. I'll pop my other videos up above as suggestions of a few other things you can try. I've got my sauce that I made yesterday. I'm just going to drizzle some of that on. So I've got a little ramekin here. I'm going to put some of the sauce in there. And then I'll drizzle a little bit just. So there you have it. They're my sweet potato balls. And I'm just going to try one for you, but it might be still a bit too hot. I love the flavour of these, and I like it with the tahini dressing. The crunchy sesame seeds give it a nice little pop. And they've got a nice spice, but not too spicy. So I hope you've enjoyed this today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.